Hello everyone, welcome to the target series of this TIS, and this session is about art and culture, and this is the last session of art and culture. I hope you liked the previous one, and today's session will be based on the GI tag because this is a very most important topic, and in most of the exam it is always asked, not just in UPSC but other exams also. This is very relevant. So moving towards the first session. So the first thing is that GI tag to 7 products of Uttar Pradesh. So this time 7 products of Uttar Pradesh had got the GI tag, and it's very important to discuss all those 7 products because sometimes they can also ask that this particular product to belong to which state, or sometimes they can also ask that Uttar Pradesh has got how many GI tag. So basically if it's related to specifically Uttar Pradesh, maybe it can be asked in your UPPCS examination, but when it comes to the whole also for UPSC also they can ask. So coming to the first GI tag product, so Amroha Dholak is one of them, and this is a picture of Amroha Dholak we can see, and Dholak is very much famous in Uttar Pradesh, and here the Amroha Dholak has got the GI tag. So Amroha Dholak is a musical instrument made of the natural wood, and mango, jackfruit and teak wood are the most suitable for its making, and animal skin, usually goat skin, is used to cover it. So here the animal skin is also used to cover it. Coming to the next one. So next one is about Bagpat home furnishing. So these are the pictures of Bagpat home furnishing, and you can see that these pictures are used for the home furnishing, and Bagpat and Meerut are famous for the exclusive handloom home furnishing products. Cotton thread, you must know the product also. Cotton thread is used to weaving the process, and this works mainly done on the looms. So this is the picture of Bagpat handlooms. And then coming to the Barabanki handloom product. So these are the picture of Barabanki handloom product, and this is also very much famous, and it has a very specific features. So there are more than 50,000 to weavers and 20,000 looms in Barabanki and its surrounding areas, and the annual revenue is rupees 150 crore. So which is a very huge, and it also giving opportunity and employment to the weavers and various loom workers. Coming to the next one. Next one is about Kalpi handmade paper. So this is the picture of Kalpi handmade paper, and it is known for its this craft was first introduced by Gandhian Munna Lal Khadri in the 1940s. So Munna Lal Khadri was a believer of the Gandhian philosophy, while its root may go back to much further in the history of Kalpi. So this has been popularized by the Munna Lal Khadri in 1940s. So it is before independence. And Mahoba Gora stone handicraft. So here you can see that how beautiful this handicraft is. And this is Mahoba handicrafts. And Mahoba Gora stone handicrafts represent the unique stone crafts of Mahoba, which is in Uttar Pradesh. And the stone used in it scientifically known as pyroflite stone, which is soft and bright white colored stone mainly found in this region. So the stone here you can see that white, and it is also soft. Then coming to the next one. Next one is about Manpuri Tarkashi. Manpur is also very much politically active area, and you already know that Manpuri is famous for which political leader. Coming to the our GI tag, Manpuri Tarkashi is a popular art, and it involves an inlaying brass wire on wood. So in the back side, this is the wood, and this is the brass wire. And Manpuri Tarkashi has been a household necessity, traditionally used to decorate khadao. This is not much popular khadao, but still so many people wear at their home khadao, and there was a point of time when khadao was very much popular. So it is basically also used for the khadao, which is also known as a wooden sandals. Alternatives to leather have been sought due to the cultural consideration regarding cleanliness. So this is one of the alternative created in front of the leather. Then we have next one is about Sambal horn craft. This is the picture of Sambal horn craft. Sambal horn craft uses raw material obtained from the dead animals. This craft is completely handmade. Then coming to the next one, Curry Irshad mango gets GI tag, and this is not from the Uttar Pradesh. Curry Irshad mango from Ankola taluk of Uttar Kannada, which is Karnataka, has received the GI tag from the central government, and GI tag issued to Matha Totagars Farmer Produce Company Limited, because they are the ones who is actively involved into this kind of production, and it is also known for its distinctive aroma, delightful taste, and soft pulp and attractive shape. So this is the picture of this different kind of mango. In India, we have a different varieties of mango, and Curry Irshad mango is considered as one of the finest mango varieties. Then we come to the next one. Arunachal Pradesh gets GI tag for 3 products. For Uttar Pradesh, it is 7, and for Arunachal Pradesh, this time we have 3 products. The first one is the Yak Charpi Khao Tai Khamti rice, Tangsa textile of the Arunachal Pradesh. So this is the yak, and with its milk we can get the Yak Charpi. Then we'll have also picture of the Khao Tai and Tangsa textile of Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal Yak Charpi is made from the milk of Arunachal yak. This is a picture of Charpi. And Arunachal yak is a rare breed of yak. It is mainly found in West Kameng and Tawang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Then we have next thing, which is the tribal yak herders. So this milk is obtained from the yak reared by the Broka Pass tribe. So you must know that which tribe is associated with which kind of livelihood or occupation. So Broka Pass tribe is associated with that. They rear the yak and they obtain milk from that, and they make different kind of products from that particular milk. Then this is community in accept yak rearing and health benefits of usage, because this is very much rich in protein, and because of that it is a huge source of nutrition or huge source of protein. And then we have Khao Tai Khamti rice. So this is a picture of Khao Tai. Khao Tai is chewable glutinous rice variety cultivated by the farmers of traditional Khampati tribe. So that was Broke Pass, and this is Khampati tribe in Namsai region. You must know the region also. Tangsa textile, as the name suggests, this product is made by the Tangsa tribe of Arunachal Pradesh, and this is the Tangsa. And this is known for its vibrant color, unique design, and this traditional craftsmanship reflects the cultural richness of that Arunachal Pradesh. Then we have cashew nuts from Goa got GI tag. When you talk about the Goa, the cashews of Goa are very much famous. But do you know this fact that cashews has been brought by the Portuguese, and earlier it has been grown in the Brazil, and still Brazil produces lots of amount of the cashew. But they had developed a different variety of cashew which is known as the Goan cashew, and they also got the GI tag. And originally it was produced in the Brazil, and in 16th century Portuguese bought this kind of thing. And earlier this was not for this particular purpose to it. It is basically for the afforestation and for good quality of the soil. But later this has been commercialized, and right now kaju and cashew is known as a very expensive dry fruits, and it has commercialized up to large extent, and it is also exported to other countries also. So then we have next one is about GI tag to Katak Rupa Tarkashi. And here in the we have also discussed about the Manpuri Tarkashi. So here we will discuss about the Katak Rupa Tarkashi. And Katak Rupa Tarkashi, which is also known as silver filigree, got the GI tag. This is the Very beautiful picture of the Katak Rupa Tarkashi, and it is made of the silver. Then its history traces from the ancient Mesopotamia, and when they come to the trade via Persia, Indonesia to India, so they have brought this kind of artifacts, and which is very much popular in exchange of gifts. And these kind of artifacts are also used for the political purpose when any political leader visits to the state or visits to India. So this can be also given to that thing, and it remarks the cultural exchange between India and Mesopotamia. And what is filigree? So filigree is a decorative item which is mainly made up of silver, gold or other metal, but mainly it is made up of silver and gold. And along with the Katak Rupa Tarkasi, the other products had also got the GI tag, just like Banglar muslin from West Bengal, Narsapur crochet lace, Andhra Pradesh, Kutch Rogan craft, Gujarat have also got the GI tag. So these are the 4 products which belongs to different state. You must remember. I repeat for you: Banglar muslin, West Bengal, as the name suggests, Narsapur crochet lace, Andhra Pradesh, and Kutch Rogan craft, Gujarat have also got the GI tag. Then coming to the next one is about 4 products from Rajasthan got the GI tag. So among all those 4 products, the first one is Udaipur Koftgari Metal Crafts. This is the picture of Udaipur Koftgari Metal Craft, and recently they got the GI tag. It is a decorative art in which pure gold and pure silver inlay work is done on an iron base. So this base is of iron. Here you can see the picture, but the decoration have been done through the iron, through the silver and the gold. So these decoration have been done by the silver and the gold. And this speciality of Koftgari is the entire design is mainly prepared by the wire. So these things are prepared by the wire. And this is a metal craft which was very much famous in the Mewar region of Rajasthan, and the Rajputs are the ones who have popularized these kind of the arts. Then we have next one is about Bikaner embroidery craft. Here you can see the colorful picture of the embroidery of Bikaner, and Bikaner Kashidakari is an exclusive women oriented embroidery. So this is mostly done by the women, and they are popular as a gift items because Udaipur and Bikaners are very much famous for their tourist attraction also, and it is made by women of Meghwal community, who are the SC community and marginalized community of the Rajasthan. Then we come to the next one, Jodhpur Bandhej craft, and Rajasthan Bandhej is very much famous, and among Rajasthan also Jodhpur Bandhej got the GI tag. And Bandhej is a tie-dye kind of work in a very colorful manner. Bandhej dupatta, Bandhej sari, shirts, the clothing item of Bandhej are very much famous from Jodhpur, and they have got the GI tag, and you can see the picture of the Bandhej. So here also there is a thread work. And Bandhej craft is highly skilled process which is an excellent example of human skill with a combination of meticulous work with the passion, because this is a very intricate design. Then we come to the Bikaner Usta art craft. This is the picture of Usta art craft from Bikaner. It is a craft of Bikaner, Rajasthan. This includes painting with gold and spaces filled with the bright Meena colors and vice versa. So as the color show, this is of the gold color, and green, red, blue, these are the Meena colors. So spaces filled with the Meena color, but the outlines done with the gold. So this is a distinctive feature about the Bikaner Usta craft. It is also known as gold carving or gold beadwork, and the brush of these kind of crafts is made up of the squirrel's hair. So this is very soft texture which provides very soft texture. Then coming to the next one. Next one is about the Goa Babinka, and Goa Babinka is a kind of dessert or a pudding, and here we come to known as that it is a traditional sweet of the Goa, and it is made of the coconut oil and coconut milk with Goan eggs. So this is the picture of Goa Babinka, which is very much famous in Goa, apart from cashew also. Then we come to the Goa Mankurand mango. So recently Goa Mankurand mango has been given the GI tag. This is a picture of Goa Mankurand mango. We had discussed that in Karnataka there was Irshad mango, which is very different. Their appearance are very different, and this is very different. And it has a complex flavor of honey caramel with all the spices and cinnamon flavor. So this is the distinctive feature about the Mankurand mango. Then we come to the Matti banana. So Matti banana from Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu got the GI tag, and it is famous banana variety from Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu, and it is also known as the baby banana, and its size is generally 2.5 centimeter to 3 centimeter long. So here this is picture of Matti banana, and it is from the Tamil Nadu. Then we have Beri Nag tea, and Beri Nag tea belongs to the Uttarakhand region of India, and its name is based on the Beri Nag temple, and it is grown in that particular area, which is very much good for your health, and it is antioxidant nature. It is known for its taste and aroma and color, and it is made from the leaves of plant growing in the Himalayan forest. So Beri Nag tree. Then we have Uttarakhand red rice. So generally rice is white or yellow in color, but this is Uttarakhand famous red rice, who also got the GI tag, and this is grown in Purola region of the Uttarakhand, and it is very much useful or helpful for the treatment of heart disease and diabetes. So any person who are diabetic, who cannot eat normal rice, so they can have this Uttarakhand red rice, because generally which is grown in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar or Punjab, they have lots of source of carbohydrate, but they are very less in carbohydrate. That's why this can be given to the diabetic patient also. Then we come to the next one, Lakadong turmeric, and Lakadong turmeric of Meghalaya has been awarded the GI tag. This is the picture, and it is considered as one of the best varieties of turmeric in the world, not just in India. The amounts of curcumin in it is 6.8 to 7.5%. It has a deep color and is grown organically without the use of fertilizers, so which is very organic in nature and helpful for your health also. And as you know that turmeric is good for as an antioxidant agent. Then we have Sitar and Tanpura got the GI tag, and they are from the Sangli district of Maharashtra. And the making of Sitar and Tanpura tradition may be 300 years old or more than 300 years old, and their wood has been brought from the, what you can say, their wood has been brought from the Karnataka or other parts of the South India, and nearly 450 artisans are involved into making of this Tanpura, which is very much famous, and it has also got the GI tag. Then we have next one is about Majuli mask gets GI tag. In the last session we had discussed about the Majuli river island. In the comment section you have to tell me that what is Majuli famous for and why it is different from the other one. And Majuli mask and Majuli manuscript painting in Assam got the GI tag. Not just the mask, but manuscript also got the GI tag, and this is the picture of the mask. You can see that how distinctive they are each from others. They are made of, the mask is made of replica of a bird, god also, goddesses also, demon also. So they have a different varieties in the Majuli mask, and they are used for the drama purpose, because whenever the drama is happening, and they advocate the Neo-Vaishnavite thought. So Neo-Vaishnavite drama is happening, so they prefer or they use these kind of the mask with their characters. Whatever the characters anyone is playing, they wear accordingly. And it was started by, who started this tradition? It was started by Saint Sriman Sankardev in the 15th to 16th century, and various materials like bamboo, clay, cow dung, cloth and cotton and woods are used, and they have a different kind of mask from Mukh Mukha to Chaumukha. So Mukh Mukha is just for your face, but Chaumukha is for your entire body. So this is the difference between Mukhmukha and Chaumukha. Then we come to the next one. Next one is about the Majuli manuscript painting. So this is the picture of Majuli manuscript painting. They had also got the GI tag, and it was created on the manuscript of Sanchi Pat, which is a bark of Sanchi or agar tree using homemade ink, and this has been also propounded by the Sriman Sankar Dev, and they had also depict the Adi Dasham of Bhagavad Puran in Assamese. So they generally write about these kind of things, and this has been also patronized by Ahom kings of the Assam. Then we have Salem Sabudana got the GI tag, and Salem Sago of Tamil Nadu. So Sabudana is very much famous here also, and it is made up of starch, wet starch. So they had also got the GI tag from the Tamil Nadu. Then it is also made from a crushed wheat starch powder from tapioca roots, and tapioca is a major horticulture crop cultivated in about 3 lakh hectare in Tamil Nadu. So it is obtained from the tapioca roots. So you must remember here the tapioca roots. Then we have about the GI tag. As you already know that geographical indication is related to a particular area. Suppose that if any product got famous from that particular area, and such thing have been not made into other parts of the world, so it is related to the region specific. There might be a place of origin for that product, and it is not just for the food item, it is for the everything. So they have got the GI tag, and the validity is of the 10 years, and no person from the other areas can use that kind of the name. So it is exclusively for that particular area. So this is a brief about the GI tag, and that's it for today's session. I hope you like this session. If you have any query related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you, and all the best for your examination.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.